Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's edition of Sunday Reset. And this is going to be a picture into the way that my brain works in more ways than one. So I'm doodling here to try to keep my mind on track. This is also a very clear image into how my mind ties things together. And you're probably going to think I'm crazy. But anyway, where do I start? Hold on. I'll start on the piece of paper. That'll give me something. So, Mercury is currently retrograde in the sign of Cancer. This can be interpreted as bringing a reflective focus onto your family, your home life, your roots, basically, like everything that makes you you from the beginning. So that means we're looking at past wounds, just the relationship itself with your own family, and all of the things that come with the concept of family. And this doesn't just have to be family. This could be friends or people that you have decided are your family. Okay? This is any relationship in your life. That is the first thing that I noticed. I'm lying. See, I can go back even further. This is, again, my brain is so weird. So I was on the bus and we passed by this building. It was sort of like one of those diners that's been open for decades or whatever. And they had a banner on the side of the building and it said, if it was good enough for your parents, then it's good enough for you. Now, however you initially react to that is going to tell you how much you're going to relate to the end of this video and if it's worth watching. Now, if you had a how dare you response like I did, then watch the rest of this video. This is all going to be useful in some way to you. Something I will say is going to reach you. Or maybe you interpret it as what they probably intended, which was saying, like, your parents used to come here and chill when they were grown up. Like, you can do the same. Like, keep the tradition going. That is my starting point. This is leading into the Mercury retrograde thing. Are you noticing a theme? Are you seeing where I'm going? Then, for some reason, I thought of the monarch butterflies and their migration path. Scientists were studying the migration path of the monarch butterfly, and they noticed that they would travel up into a certain point, and then they would just turn left and then turn right and go straight onto the path. And they couldn't understand why they were doing it, because it was literally, it's somewhere in the area of Lake Superior. And so they didn't see any reason why the butterflies were taking this detour. And so then they started looking back at old terrain maps, and they started to realize that there may have been a mountain in that exact spot that the butterflies knew to fly around for survival reasons versus flying over it, right? The reason why that's so amazing, we already know that we carry instincts and things from way back in to like the caveman days, like whatever predators, we have like our natural instinctual fears of certain things that we picked up from back then. Now, the butterflies retained this information passed down through generations after going from the caterpillar stage into the cocoon stage where they turn into a liquid and then turn into a butterfly. And they were able to somehow retain the information of don't fly over the mountain, fly around the mountain. So, my other point that sort of made me remember the fact that I was thinking about the butterfly migration. I came across something on one of my news feeds that said that there was scientific proof of chimerism through mothers and children. And it's like, I guess it would be like a mutual chimerism, simultaneous chimerism. So that chimerism is when you have multiple DNAs within a single entity. So it's sort of like the cats that are split down the middle, which not the AI ones, but like there are real ones, and they look like two different cats. That's probably because they are. But people have the same thing. And they notice that the mothers retained parts of the DNA code or whatever it's called from their children within themselves. And obviously it went the other way. Maybe all of this has coalesced for you. If you're still waiting for it, we're going to get there. Okay. The Mercury retrograde is asking you, what parts of the people that made you are you carrying just because they were handed to you? There's patterns that come up in life. There's patterns that show up in families. Where are you following the pattern when you don't need to? When are you flying around a mountain that no longer exists when you don't need to? If it's true that the DNA code sharing occurs both ways, then that means the part of you that is able to break the pattern is going to light up inside of the people who came before you. I feel like the best way to spend this Mercury retrograde is reflecting on how you can be the light. It does not mean that you have to break no contact if you're no contact. It doesn't mean that all is forgiven and everything is water under the bridge. It doesn't have to be that. It just means you do it for you because it would be the best thing for you, regardless of what it's going to do for anyone else. That was my random tangent that came out of nowhere in the middle of a grocery store. So, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you. Don't forget to like the video if you made it to the end. And if you want the opportunity for more of this, then subscribe. Thank you for sitting with me through all of that. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your week. I hope that you will take some time to really consider the things that you're holding on to or the things that you're carrying forward. Anyway, continue to be kind to yourselves, to one another, and thank you, thank you, thank you.